Hi guys, so I was actually meant to record this video like 2 weeks ago, then last week, then a few days ago, and I'm really tired. So, but I had a meeting today, so I had to get my wig on, put some makeup on. So I thought, oh, you kind of look kind of decent today, so you better do this diary instead of when I'm at home and I'm thinking, oh, I better put some makeup on. So it has been a while, although, well, it's been a while since I recorded. So I am now, we thank God, I am 9 months pregnant. Well, I'm 9 months plus, so I'm 38 weeks now. And usually they tell you that in the last month, just before labor and stuff, you put on the most weight and you just balloon and everything is just huge and all that kind of stuff. And I mean, my arms are still, or my arms kind of haven't really changed, neither my legs. My bump is getting bigger, definitely. So this is me, 9 months. And yeah, so I'm 9 months now, 38 weeks, 9 months plus. I've got 2 weeks till my due date. Oh, I'm anxious and I'm excited because, you know, I literally have no idea what's gonna happen. I know I mentioned to you guys about me having low-lying placenta, and I might have had to have a C-section, but I basically had some scans and the placenta has moved, so I'm able to have a natural birth. And it's so funny because when they said that, my brain was going, okay. Wow, that's like really real, like contractions and all that stuff. But anyway, it's all good. Also, the other thing is, this is the first, sorry, if you can hear that banging, I'm really sorry. The neighbors are doing renovations and we can't complain because we did some renovations and they had a like newborn, so please just ignore the noise. And I edit these videos myself, so I don't know how to reduce the noise volume or whatever, but anyway, whatever. So what was I talking about? Yes, I was saying that this is the first video I'm recording since I started releasing my pregnancy diaries. And I just want to say thank you to all the people that have reached out. Thank you for your prayers. Thank you for your kind words. Thank you for, you're also motivating me as well. A lot of people have really said, oh, you know, Nigerian women don't do this. They're really surprised that I'm talking about it. And you know, when I started recording it, I was in two minds as to if I was going to release these videos, just because of, well, we don't really talk about it. You know, people get pregnant and disappear and then come back a year later and it's like, oh, da-da, you know, and I completely understand. Don't get me wrong. There are times, even when I announced I was pregnant and I had a scare, I just remember thinking, see, that's why I shouldn't have said anything. But I give God all the glory. I thank you for your messages. Keep them coming. And all the pregnant ladies out there that are following me, that are going through similar things, you know, thank you for your kind words as well. And, you know, keep your comments coming, and if you have any questions for me, you can email me at marcydolapo@marcydolapooni.com. I'll put it on the screen. Yeah, so thank you guys. Now, today I'm going to talk about 3 things. The first thing is, I should have really written this down, man. See the way I'm panting and I'm talking. That's how tired I am. Like literally to walk from like there to here, it's just a bit of I can't even talk. It's a struggle, man. It's a struggle. So the first thing, I'm going to talk about 3 things. I'm going to talk about my brain. And I'm going to talk about dreams. I'm having some really weird dreams this last few weeks. And then, oh, preparing for labor, right? So what I've been talking about in my antenatal classes. So let's talk about my brain. Apart from the fact that I've got pregnancy brain, baby brain, and it's supposed to have been scientifically proven that you forget stuff, and it says your brain shrinks and it comes back like 2 months after I've given birth or something like that. Okay. It's just like I feel like I'm going crazy. So I'll give you an example. I was at the hairdressers a couple of weeks ago, and I was ordering my Uber. The hairdressers is in West Kensington. No, it's not in West Kensington. Where is it? It's in Kensington. Anyway, so went, got my hair done, and I ordered my Uber to come home. And sorry, I think something up my nose. Anyway, and then we're driving. We end up going through Knightsbridge, and I'm thinking, oh, this is interesting. I wonder why the Uber driver is taking me through Knightsbridge. Now I end up at my church, the church I go to when I'm here, and I'm like, oh. And I'm like, so he stops and he goes, oh, there you go. And I was like, oh, this is not, I'm going home, you know. And I basically had to punch in the correct postcode. I do not even remember selecting that I was going to a different place. So that's one thing. The other thing I did recently was, you know, before I go to bed, washed my face, all that stuff. So I washed my face and I put face cream on my hand. I did this, and then I now put all the cream in my hair. And I was putting it in my hair, and I was massaging my hair. And then I just remember the smell. I remember thinking, this smells like my face cream. And I basically put my face cream on my head. I don't like, I mean, what do you say to that? What do you say to that? You don't say anything. I just tied something on my head and I just went to bed because I was like, whatever. At least I didn't put hair cream on my face. That would have been weird. I'm really panting. Sorry, there's just no space. There's no space. Now when I eat, I'm hungry all the time still, but I can't eat as much because there's just no room, basically. What else? Weird dreams. Oh, I've been having some weird dreams. I had a dream that I was lying down in bed, and then the baby's leg came out of my stomach. It just went bloop, just like this. And I was just looking, and I was like, what? And I just put the leg back, but I was very calm. I mean, what? And then I also had another dream that I was taking care of my sister-in-law's baby, so I had her, I was holding her, but so her body was the same body of a baby, but her face was like an iPad screen. So it was a screen with her face on the screen, and I was taking her through some house, and then I dropped her, and then I was doing some other stuff, and then I was leaving, and then when I was leaving I was like, I feel like I've forgotten something. And then I just remembered that basically I'd forgotten the child, and in the dream I was like panicking. I was running up and down looking for her, couldn't find her. Funny enough, I haven't actually told my sister-in-law the story. Sorry, Ellen. And then some lady that I don't know her that well, but she came up in my dream, and she was like, she was like, are you okay? And I said, no, I've lost my niece. And she was like, oh, and she just said, let's start praying. And then we started praying, and then I woke up. That is not my portion. I will not be losing my niece, nephew, or my child. In Jesus' name, amen. So those are the dreams, and those are the weird things that have been happening and stuff, and me forgetting stuff and putting point cream on my head and all that kind of nonsense. But I really want to talk about like preparations for labor. So hopefully I'm not going to go over my due date, so I'm preparing for labor and the little things you can do. Now, all this stuff is about softening the cervix, right? So you want to soften the cervix so that, you know, when you're in labor or whatever, they say, oh, your cervix is dilated by this amount and all that kind of stuff. Because you want it to be dilated by 10 centimeters, because that's when you can start pushing and all that kind of stuff now. So you may notice I'm bouncing because I'm on a bouncy ball. And on this bouncy ball, you're supposed to like do exercises and all this kind of stuff. And this helps. This is one of the things you can do to help soften your cervix. So I've got a bouncy ball. This costs £8. I just got it from Amazon. And it comes with a thing that blows up. So here's the ball. Jesus Christ. Even to lift the ball, flipping heck. Whew. Lord of mercy. So, okay, I'm gonna roll it back and show you. So I bounce on this a lot. So if I'm on my laptop, I put it on the table, just so that you just do it every day, bounce, do some like pelvic something or another, do that, and all that kind of stuff. Okay, let me roll back. Okay, so there's that. The second thing is raspberry leaf tea. So they say this helps to soften the cervix. A lot of these things might be old wives' tales, but I've gone on the internet and I've seen that it's worked for a lot of people, seen that it hasn't worked for some people, so I'm just trying everything because I'm like, I don't want to go past my due date. Like, I'm good. And if the baby drops now, it's going to be fine. So it's okay, it's all good. So look at the way I'm breathing. What is going on? Anyway, so raspberry leaf tea. So I have a cup in the morning, a cup at night, if I can remember. And it doesn't taste bad actually, so I let it steep for quite a while. Then what's the other thing? Oh, so this one they're not too sure about because I asked my midwife, she wasn't sure about it, but my sister-in-law did it. Evening primrose oil, so you can get those tablets, and basically apparently it helps soften the cervix. You know, contradicting views online, but it depends on what you want to try. So this one I haven't actually started yet. And you basically take the tablet and you pop it up there, you know, put it in there very well. And the oils are supposed to help soften the cervix bit by bit. So all these things they say do from like 37 weeks, because obviously you don't want to go into premature labor. So if you do from 37 weeks, then if you go into labor, no wahala, apparently. So evening primrose oil I haven't started yet. I think I might start that today, see how that goes. The only thing is that people say about the oils coming out and then there's oil everywhere, and it just sounds really nasty. But you know, if you're 40 weeks in and you're like, the baby still hasn't come, try something, okay? Now the final thing I want to talk to you guys about is this. Have you guys heard of, okay, do you know what the perineum is? The perineum, yeah, the perineum, yes. Yes. People talk about Kegel exercises. Have you heard about the perineum? Yeah, okay. So the perineum, sorry, I'm gonna have to get graphic now, is the bit of skin, not here, sorry, is having to say it, is the bit of skin between your vag and your anus, basically. So it's between your vagina and your anus. So your vagina, there's the perineum, and then there's your anus. That's the last time I'm saying anus and vagina, because it just sounds really weird. So that's where your perineum is, right? So it's that bit of skin. And they tell you from 34 weeks on, so I got this information quite late, so I started at 36 weeks, you need to start massaging the area. So when they were telling me that, I was just like, say what now? Who's gonna do what? I'm gonna do what? I'm gonna be massaging what? Massage the area so that you do not tear when the baby's head comes out of something that is the size of a walnut. So it's like pushing a watermelon out of something that's the size of a walnut. And a lot of women tear, so they want you to massage the perineum. So well, first of all, you can use different oils. You can use like olive oil and stuff like that. You don't actually have to go out and buy something. But I was in a store the other day. Well, I say the other day, a couple of weeks ago. And I saw this. It's Weleda Perineum Massage Oil. And what's actually in it? So it improves skin elasticity. Mild almond oil, wheat germ oil, skin-friendly essential oils, and ideally suited for the sensitive perineal area. So this was about £8 as well, or something like that. I actually can't remember. But basically, you could just use normal oil. You don't need to go out and buy this. I just bought it. It smells kind of nice as well. So you, I don't even know how to explain how you do it, but I tried doing it standing up, my bump is in the way. So you basically, I lie down when I'm doing it, lie on one side and lie on another. And you basically have to take the skin, put your hands in, put your fingers in, take like an inch or two, take the skin and start pulling it down towards your other hole. And you do this every day for like, well, they say 3 to 4 days, but I started late, so every day, so that it improves the elasticity, so that when you give birth, you're not likely to tear or also so that they don't give you don't know, I can never say this word, episiotomy. Sorry if I've got it wrong. Basically that means if like the baby's head can't come through, they will cut part of your perineum. They will cut it so the baby can come out. They will cut it. They will cut you. They will cut you down there. What is that? Isn't that barbaric? They'll cut you. And then you turn around and in a few years, this child will now be talking smack. No wonder parents get annoyed. Where they're talking about cutting you, then having to stitch you up, having to massage, being sick, having scares, and then the child will now turn around and just be saying smack, talking nonsense. Huh? Ah, wow. The love of a parent, man, the love of a mother. They really say when you have a child, you really, you really you really respect your mom even more because you're just like, man, they had to put up with a lot. So that's it. I'm sure I have loads more to talk about, but basically I've left it so long, I don't even remember half of the stuff that's happened to me. Yeah, so that's it really. I'm hoping to do a video about what's in my hospital bag if I get my act together. I've packed my hospital bag, so I'll let you guys know. Because if I don't, the next video I might do is when I've given birth and talking about labor, but we shall see. Anyway, this video is run way too long because I always wanted to be like 7 minutes. It's now like 16 minutes. But I hope you guys are well, and send me your comments, messages, especially on the perineum. If anyone had an episiotomy, I don't want an episiotomy, and I will speak to you guys soon. Take care.